Have you ever wondered what it takes to change the world? Not just once, but again and again. Some people live ordinary lives, but then there are a few rare individuals who refuse to follow the script written for them. Elon Musk is one of those people. To some, he is a genius. To others, a reckless dreamer. But no matter which side you stand on, one thing is undeniable: Elon Musk has redefined what it means to think big. Born on June 28, 1971, in Pretoria, South Africa, Elon Reeve Musk's story begins far away from Silicon Valley. As a child, he was quiet, often lost in his own imagination, and buried in books. While most children spent their days playing outside, young Elon devoured encyclopedias, science fiction novels, and even programming manuals. At the age of 10, he discovered his first love, computers. By the age of 12, he had already built his own video game, Blaster, and sold it to a computer magazine. It wasn't just a game, it was a glimpse of a mind that refused to accept limits. But childhood was not easy for Elon. He was bullied relentlessly in school, beaten so badly once that he had to be hospitalized. Instead of breaking him, these experiences hardened his resolve. He realized early that the world wasn't always kind, and if he wanted to survive, he would need to be tougher, smarter, and more ambitious than anyone else. By the time he was a teenager, Elon had a vision that stretched far beyond South Africa. He dreamed of America, a land of innovation and opportunity. He once said, "It always seemed like the United States was where great things were possible." At just 17, he left home, determined to chase his dream. Elon studied at Queen's University in Canada, later transferring to the University of Pennsylvania, where he earned degrees in physics and economics. These weren't just academic pursuits, they were building blocks for his future empire. Physics taught him how the world works, while economics taught him how the world moves. But Musk wasn't satisfied with just studying. He wanted to build. He wanted to create. And above all, he wanted to change the world. That desire came to life in the 1990s during the rise of the internet. Alongside his brother Kimball, Elon founded Zip2, a digital city guide for newspapers. At the time, the internet was still new and unproven, but Elon had already seen its potential. In 1999, Compaq bought Zip2 for nearly $300 million, making Musk a millionaire at just 28. But money wasn't his destination, it was only fuel for his journey. With his newfound wealth, Elon immediately reinvested into his next idea: online banking. He co-founded X.com, which later became PayPal after a merger. At first, people doubted the idea of sending money through the internet. But Elon believed in it, and soon PayPal exploded in popularity. By 2002, eBay bought PayPal for $1.5 billion, and Musk walked away with $180 million from the deal. Most people would have retired right there. But for Elon, this was only the beginning. With his fortune secured, he asked himself a question that would define his life. What are the biggest problems humanity must solve for the future? His answers were bold: sustainable energy, space exploration, and the future of human intelligence. And so, Musk set out on a path that most thought was impossible. He founded SpaceX in 2002, with the insane dream of making humans a multiplanetary species. Everyone laughed. Rocket science was supposed to be for governments, not a private company. His critics said he would fail. But Elon Musk was not a man who listened to critics. At the same time, he invested heavily in Tesla Motors, a small electric car company that few people believed in. Traditional car makers dismissed electric vehicles as toys. Analysts said Tesla would collapse within a few years. But Musk had a vision of a future where the world ran on clean energy. These two companies, SpaceX and Tesla, would push Elon Musk to the edge of bankruptcy, and even madness. But they would also turn him into one of the most powerful figures in the 21st century. In 2002, Elon founded Space Exploration Technologies Corporation, better known as SpaceX. His goal sounded crazy to most people: make rockets cheaper, reusable, and eventually send humans to Mars. But rockets are not cars. They cost hundreds of millions of dollars, and even the slightest mistake leads to disaster. Musk invested nearly everything he had, building a team of young, hungry engineers who believed in his dream. The first rocket, Falcon 1, launched in 2006 and exploded in midair. The second attempt in 2007 failed again. The third attempt in 2008, another fiery disaster. 3 rockets, 3 failures. By now, Elon had burned through most of his fortune. The media mocked him, calling SpaceX a billionaire's vanity project. Even his friends suggested he give up. But Elon Musk wasn't done. He told his team, "We only have money left for one more launch. If this fails, SpaceX is dead." On September 28, 2008, the fourth Falcon 1 launch took off. Everyone held their breath. This time, it worked. The rocket reached orbit. SpaceX became the first private company in history to launch a liquid-fueled rocket into space. It was a turning point. NASA took notice, awarding SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract to deliver cargo to the International Space Station. SpaceX was saved. While SpaceX was fighting for survival, Elon was also pouring his energy into Tesla Motors, a small electric car company he joined in 2004. At the time, electric cars had a terrible reputation. They were slow, weak, and unattractive. But Elon believed Tesla could change that. He pushed for the Tesla Roadster, a sleek sports car powered entirely by electricity. But building cars is brutally expensive. Tesla faced constant delays, production problems, and rising costs. By 2008, Tesla was nearly bankrupt. Elon had already invested $70 million of his own money into the company. To make things worse, the world was hit by the 2008 financial crisis. Investors pulled out. The company was weeks away from collapsing. Musk himself admitted, "At one point, I was borrowing money from friends to pay my rent. But once again, luck or persistence saved him." In late 2008, just as Tesla was about to die, a last-minute deal brought in new investors. Tesla survived. By the end of 2008, Elon Musk was physically, emotionally, and financially exhausted. SpaceX had almost failed. Tesla was hanging by a thread. He had gone from a multimillionaire to nearly broke. But history would remember this moment not as his downfall, but as the beginning of his rise. In 2010, Tesla went public, raising millions and proving that electric cars weren't just possible. They were the future. Meanwhile, SpaceX continued making progress, preparing rockets for NASA missions. Elon Musk had survived the storm, but this was only the beginning. Soon, Musk would shock the world again by making rockets land themselves, by turning Tesla into the world's most valuable car company, and by launching bold new projects like SolarCity, Neuralink, and the Boring Company. After barely surviving 2008, Elon Musk had nothing left to lose. He had faced bankruptcy, humiliation, and sleepless nights, but those failures had forged him into something stronger. A leader who refused to quit. Now it was time for the comeback. In 2012, SpaceX made history. Its Dragon spacecraft became the first commercial vehicle to deliver cargo to the International Space Station, ISS. For decades, only governments had done this. Now a private company was competing with NASA and Russia. But Elon didn't stop there. He wanted rockets that were reusable. Traditionally, rockets were single-use. Launch them once and they crash into the ocean. Billions wasted. Elon said, "This is like throwing away a 747 after one flight." Most experts laughed. They said landing rockets vertically was impossible. Yet in 2015, after years of failed attempts, SpaceX did the unthinkable. A Falcon 9 rocket landed safely on Earth. For the first time in history, a rocket was reused. The impossible had become reality. Today, SpaceX lands rockets so often that it looks routine, but back then it was science fiction. While SpaceX was rewriting space travel, Tesla was rewriting the auto industry. In 2012, Tesla launched the Model S, an electric sedan with incredible speed, long range, and futuristic design. Critics were stunned. This wasn't a boring electric car. This was a luxury performance machine. The Model S won awards worldwide, proving that electric cars could be better than gas cars. Then came the Model X SUV, and later the Model 3, a more affordable car for everyday drivers. The Model 3 changed everything. Demand exploded. Tesla became the world's best-selling electric car brand. But it wasn't easy. In 2017 to 2018, Elon called it production hell. Factories were chaotic, robots failed, and thousands of cars were delayed. Tesla once again faced bankruptcy. Elon even admitted Tesla was within single-digit weeks of death. But somehow the company pulled through. By 2020, Tesla became the most valuable car company in the world, surpassing Toyota, Ford, and Volkswagen. As if Tesla and SpaceX weren't enough, Elon Musk pushed into other industries. Solar City, 2006, making solar energy mainstream. Hyperloop, 2013, a futuristic high-speed transport system. Neuralink, 2016, developing brain, computer interfaces to help humans merge with AI. The Boring Company, 2016, digging underground tunnels to fight traffic. Each idea sounded like science fiction. But with Musk, science fiction was becoming reality. By the late 2010s, Elon Musk was no longer just an entrepreneur, he was a global icon. In 2020, SpaceX became the first private company to send astronauts to the ISS. In 2021, Musk briefly became the richest man in the world. It's about carrying humans to Mars. Musk's vision: a self-sustaining city on Mars. Thousands of rockets, millions of people, greenhouses, energy systems, even schools and industries, all on another planet. He says, either we spread life to other planets, or we risk extinction here on Earth. To some, this sounds crazy. To Musk, it's survival. Even while planning to leave Earth, Musk continues working to save it. Tesla is pushing the world toward sustainable energy. Gigafactories are producing batteries on a massive scale. Solar and energy storage systems aim to power homes and cities without fossil fuels. For Musk, it's not just about cars and rockets. It's about transforming the way humanity lives. Of course, Elon Musk is not without controversy. He has been criticized for harsh work conditions at Tesla and SpaceX. His tweets often spark political and financial storms. Some call him a genius. Others call him reckless. But even his critics admit, Musk has changed industries most thought were untouchable. Today, Elon Musk is one of the most influential people on Earth. He has disrupted automobiles, space travel, social media, AI, and energy. He has become a symbol of innovation and controversy. He has shown the world that even the boldest, craziest dreams can come true with enough persistence.